Mrs. Zulkarnain Abdul Rahim.
Question 15, sir.
May I have your permission to take questions 15 and 16 together?
Yes, please.
Under the Lift Upgrading Program, or LUP, about 270 HDB blocks were provided with bubble lifts or machine roomless lifts. For most of these blocks, the cost of providing the lifts was within the LUP cost cap. For some blocks, HDB exercised some flexibility and went beyond the LUP cost cap so that all residents in these blocks would be able to have direct lift access. This notwithstanding, providing lifts for some of the remaining 150 blocks without full direct lift access today will be very costly. In some cases, more than $200,000 per household, enough to buy another HDB flat. For these blocks, HDB will continue to explore new methods to bring down LUP costs, as well as alternatives to improve accessibility for residents living in flats without direct lift access. In the meantime, residents living in these blocks who are in urgent need of direct lift access due to medical conditions or mobility reasons are eligible for the Lift Access Housing Grant, LHG, of up to $30,000 when they buy another flat with direct lift access. As with all flat owners, when they take possession of another flat, they are given a grace period of 6 months to dispose of their existing flat. HDB's data shows that generally, those who have purchased another flat with the LHG have no issue selling their existing flat. Should the flat owners need more time to dispose of their existing flat, HDB can grant an extension of time on a case-by-case basis. Flat owners who need further assistance can approach HDB, and HDB will see how best to assist them.
Mrs. Zulkarnain.
Thank you, Speaker. Out of the 150 blocks in the whole of Singapore that are segmented, 20% of those, or 30 blocks actually, are within the Kiat Hong ward of the Choa Chu Kang GRC in my constituency. The flat and blocks are old, more than 30 years, and some of the residents are elderly and I know of one resident of mine who has a stroke patient adult child that he carries up and down the stairs every time to get to medical appointments. So the real distress is there for residents, and having lived there for many years. I have two questions for the Minister. First, whether HDB can consider a different way to assess what is and what is not a benefiting unit for the purposes of an LUP, because if you think about it, there are other units that may actually benefit from LUP in the event of a lift breakdown, for example. That's the first question. The second, can HDB determine, and I appreciate the answer just now by Minister of State that HDB is still exploring further solutions, but can HDB determine whether there's any feasible technical solutions conclusively and quickly, and if none are forthcoming, can HDB consider other solutions like purchasing the flat and repurpose it for interim public rental housing, for instance, where the tenants are revolving and on a revolving basis and tenants are younger. I asked this because the residents have waited 30 years for LUP and some of them may not survive to wait another 10 more. Thank you.
So I thank the member for the SQ and also for his suggestion. If we look at how we've been doing LUP, we have always only considered the units that do not have direct lift access as the benefiting units of the LUP, since the cost of the LUP has always been shared amongst these units only. LUP polls have also always been conducted only amongst these benefiting units. The current method of counting only the units without direct leave access as benefiting units may thus be, in our view, a cleaner approach. Nevertheless, as I shared earlier, we thank the member for his suggestion, as we will continue to look at ways to bring down LUP costs and alternatives to impose, to improve accessibility of residents living without direct leave access. And if member has residents who are facing such an issue, I would like to urge member to raise with the HDB, can approach the HDB branch office. We'll do our best to explore ways to help the family and the household.